Nightmares are most common in children, so they're usually outgrown over time, but not always, right? We still don't know the function of nightmares, but researchers for the longest time used to look for dysfunction. They did this by comparing those with and without nightmares on things like IQ, emotional intelligence, brain structure, etc. But they found no differences. Now, more recently, they have switched to looking for functions rather than dysfunctions of nightmares, with the theory that nightmares can help to prepare us for anticipated future challenges. In other words, if you anticipate something unpleasant coming up in your life, nightmares may afford you the opportunity to try out different reactions or solutions to see what will not work, right? Now, I'm going to end with some really interesting questions that I usually get during this lecture. I'll take the top three, okay? So the first one, if you die in a dream, is it true that you really do die because your body just can't handle it? That is false. In fact, if dying in a dream resulted in death, who would live to tell about it, right? Dreams about one's own death are really very infrequent, but people sometimes do and live to tell about it. Number two, what is lucid dreaming? Lucid dreaming is learning to gain enough consciousness to actually guide your dreams. There are skills you can learn to do this. Then you may be able to take enough control of a dream to do something really amazing, like perhaps having a conversation with someone you really admire. In my case, I would say Eleanor Roosevelt. That would be amazing. Or having a conversation with someone you love who has passed on. Or maybe turning a nightmare into a pleasant dream. Now, number three, what's the best way to study dreams? There are so many ways, but I personally most recommend Carl Jung's method. Remember Carl Jung, Jung? Carl Jung's method involves studying in small groups of 3 or 4 people, people you like and respect, but are not generally intertwined into your life. So no close friends, right? Fellow students you really like and trust perhaps, but with whom you don't generally hang out. Here's how it goes. You each agree to keep a dream journal and to set your alarms for a random time during the second half of each night. Why the second half? Well, remember that most REM occurs in the second half of the night. Then you're going to keep a tablet and a writing device or a keyboard right on your nightstand. If it's keyboard, boot it up and ready, right? Because your dream memories fade very, very quickly, way too quickly to go and get these or to get this set up. When you awaken from the alarm, if you were dreaming, record the content. Your group then should meet maybe monthly, somewhere neutral like a coffee shop. Go one person at a time, reading just your most interesting dream. Then go around the table and have the others each offer their interpretation based solely on their intuition. Remember, Jung was a big intuition guy, right? Well, Jung felt that there were 3 outcomes from each interpretation. The first one being the most common. Number 1, you feel they are way off mark and you forget it. So most dream interpretations fall here. Number 2, you feel they hit the nail on the head and it gives you insight. This is rare, but it does happen sometimes. And then number 3, the most interesting one of all. Number 3, you feel that they are off mark. But you find that it keeps creeping up in your mind. You can't forget it, meaning they were likely a lot closer than you thought. So this concludes our lecture on sleep and dreaming. By 1 o'clock on Thursday, your sleep lab will be available under your lab tab. So be sure to go in and do that. It's a fun one. I will see you next week for our next lecture on the psychology of learning.